Like, share, and subscribe. Well, welcome to Grandpa Sees the Blinking. Boy, do we got some good news. We have so much good news, Grandpa's going to start talking about it right away. This is the monthly candle here, and we haven't broken through Grandpa's blue lines here, so we're still hanging in there. And if we hang in there a little longer here, we just might get our bounce. Okay, so what's the good news? Well, one thing I consider good news is Morgan Stanley downgraded Tesla today. They did have a rating of $380 price target on them, and they lowered it to $345. But that's not the best news. The best news is that Morgan Stanley and the rest of the big guys, the big money, the institutional investors, the market makers, they're buying. They're buying big time. This is a buying opportunity. I'm telling you, I don't care if you pay $250, $200, or $100. It is a buying opportunity. Now, secondly, I was listening to Matt Poitras. He's out of Canada, and he does a little news deal pretty much every day on Tesla, and I like this young guy. He's all Tesla, I'll tell you. The other one I like is that Brazilian guy, the Nathan. He's the Finance Hydra. It's called Finance Hydra, and he's a swing trader. That guy is sharp, real sharp, and can give you some pretty good leads on where Tesla's going from time to time. Let's see. Okay, so FSD, Matt Poitras brought this out, and some of the other guys did too. Michael Tyler, he talked about this also. He's got a good program also. FSD, full self-driving, number 12 came out, and they're doing the update into some of the Teslas now, and the reports are coming in really positive. It's not the end to get them over the top with full self-driving, but it's quite a gain. Way more natural. The braking, taking off, everything is more smooth, kind of is what, more natural. Much more natural than the full self-driving they've been using. So that's huge news. And you know, FSD 12 is, like they were saying, is probably just the tip of the iceberg. There'll probably be FSD 14, 16, 18, 20, and beyond before we finally get it where the government will go along with letting them do it everywhere. But when that day comes, 7,000 will be so cheap at Tesla that you'll be upset you sold it at 7,000. You'll be saying, Grandpa should have told me we should hold out for 14,000 instead of 10. Okay, the other thing is oversold. Tesla is oversold. Now, a company can stay oversold for quite a while. Sometimes, and we could dip down to 200 or 170 and still be oversold. But of the last 4 times that it's done it, before I forget, remind me to tell you about earnings. I got some good news there too out of the Finance Hydra guy brought it up. But anyway, oversold the last 4 times. The least amount that it went up when it turned and went up was 30%. That's $60 plus right now. But easily it can do 100 or more up when it turns from where it turns. So if it turns at 200, you're looking at a very potentially 270 to 300 bucks, and so on. If it goes down to 250 and turns, you're looking at 250. That sort of thing. So keep that in mind. And then our economy is struggling right now. Well, actually, all over the world. But Grandpa's hoping that we stay in these tough economic times through 2024 here. And as the Fed starts reducing rates here halfway through the year here, and 25 comes a year from now, approximately, Grandpa's expecting this thing to start bouncing, and this is your chance to build some stocks while the price is down. Grandpa tries to add every month or every week or whatever I can to my positions. My long term that I don't sell positions. You can't sell shares at $7,000 or $10,000 a piece if you don't have any. Okay, you gotta have some. That's why Grandpa has his trading accounts, and I have my account that I don't do nothing with, because you gotta have shares. Start another account if you want to trade. Start another cash account and just sit on it and add to it the best you can. Or don't trade at all. Just get them and listen to Grandpa talk about it. Yeah, huge buying opportunity. Okay, all right. Now, more short term here. We got earnings coming out on Wednesday after the close. And, Nathan at the Finance Hydro, he was going through it, and he went back a ways. And one of their earnings deals, they didn't even have a bad report, really, but they went into the earnings on the low side, kind of like what we're doing right now. If we come into them earnings and we're not pushing the limit and we're holding down, what happened in that scenario, if I remember what he showed there, was it it went up during the program on the earnings report, but the next day or two it went up 100%, and that is a possibility with Tesla. I mean, we're oversold. Grandpa says 7,000's coming. So when you get up around 216, half 217 or whatever, if you get a bounce tomorrow or the next day, you might not want to sell them all. Grandpa's not going to sell them all, neither will Grandma. Just sell a fraction of them and then rebuy again lower down, if possible. But just in case that thing comes out wild on Thursday and Friday, we could be in the 260s by Friday. I mean, you just don't know with Tesla. I've seen this thing bounce up pre-market, $20. And of course, Grandpa was on the wrong side of that one. That was a while back. Oh, that Grandpa, you sometimes they even get Grandpa in it, but I pulled my way out of it. Don't you worry about that. Let's see, where are we at? So, when the big guys are downgrading Tesla and they're buying millions of shares, that tells you something. And the other thing, if you want to take advice, Nathan at Finance Hydro mentioned this also, and he showed the graphs of ARK Invest and 3, 4 others, big ETFs like ARK, and every one of them, they're, in the short term, near term here, they've done fairly well, but over the last year and a half or so, they've they they've lost money for everybody that they've touched. All of them. They can talk, but it's like that Nathan said at Finance Hydra. They can all talk, but there's very few that can actually make the money. And to make the money, you've got to have a lot of patience. Now, I've seen this ARC at Kathy Wood at ARC in the last 6 months here, in Grandpa's opinion, has done very well. But she got into some other stocks and stuff like that. They don't just do Tesla, these other ones. They got multiple ones. And some of them lost a lot of money. And, it's like Matt Poitras. He only does Tesla. Okay, I like that young guy. He's a rich man. He's richer than Grandpa, I think. I don't know if he's richer than Grandma, but he's got money, and I like that young guy. He tells some good stories. Very knowledgeable about Tesla, and he's all in. And he's buying. He's buying right now, just like the big money guys, just like Grandpa and Grandma, and just like you should be. This is a buying opportunity. I don't care if it goes to 101. Save some gunpowder for when you get there. We do not know when this bus is going to turn up. And when it turns up, you want shares. You're not going to want to buy at 250 again when you've had your opportunity down here at the 207 range. Right now we got 208.10 or 208.14 approximately, and we got 20 minutes till the close here at 8 o'clock. So I think Grandpa said enough about that. All good things are from the Lord, and Lord willing, I'm going to come and talk to you tomorrow morning. And keep in mind that Grandpa is trying to get subscribers. I'm extremely happy. I got 33 now. I went up from 32 to 33 today. And I appreciate all the help that you guys are giving me. Give me comments on what I can do to improve myself here. I know it's not going to be easy to improve Grandpa's abilities, but you could try. And get people to subscribe. We've got to get up to 700 before Elon makes Tesla 7,000. And I'm going to have to get a few subscribers if I'm going to catch up to Elon. As when he takes off, it's going to go. We got to get on the bandwagon. Grandpa needs subscribers. Okay, I've said enough about that now. And I do appreciate all your help and loyalty and all that other stuff. What else? Oh, see you in the morning, I hope. Goodbye.